Hello and welcome to Concept and Design. We're starting this one off with a video, so I will just play it. This was basically I made this just kind of on a whim. It's like a Geiger counter, the adjustment potentiometer, and basically I just kind of wanted to do something like this where you just like do it, but I kind of wanted multiple inputs, so I guess you could say this was like the prototype design. Thank you, past me. So, as I was saying, that is basically just a little Geiger counter project. And I guess that's what really inspired me. And then I wanted people to be able to do something like that with the potentiometer, but a little bit of a game. And it's an Instagram reel where there's like a weird color matching game, and decided I'd do that. Alright, so on to the design and research phase. Right here, this is the main early sketch I have. I made for a friend to show off to them. This is just a basic sketch, so you see most of the pixels are just your color, and you only have one for your target, R, G, and B, so they each have one. Whereas in the final design, I refined it a bit, so you can see your R, G, and B, and the one you're supposed to match. As well as on the top, you should have your target be multiple LEDs, just make it easier to see. Next, we go into explorations and prototyping. So I'll start by explaining the code here. At the top, we have our RG and B potentiometers, and then below that, we have our RG and B on the strip. Then it will show your color at the top, as well as your target color in the main LED cluster in the center, and then that target's RG and B on the right. Then we have our booleans for the matching. These just check that the color and your target are at a margin of error of 20. If they are, it will clear it, set it green so you know you did it right, and then reset the colors. So now with the problems that I had, initially my LED wasn't working with the potentiometers and it just wasn't powering at all. And I figured that was actually a power problem because I was using the potentiometers used too much power and the LEDs needed more. So what I did was essentially I just took two Arduinos and plugged them in at once, and then had the LEDs still get data from the original Arduino, but take power and ground from the other, while the potentiometers took power and ground from the original, and this ended up fixing that problem. So now we're moving on to the fabrication and assembly of this. Started off with a breadboard and just two Arduinos. Then we ended up adding the potentiometers, as well as wiring the potentiometers. Then added a bit more wiring, aggressively just wiring the power, wiring the ground. And then finally I put the box over on top of it, and then added on the LED matrix. And finally we move on to the testing and feedback phase. So initially I got some very good responses, such as very resounding yes about disabling side LEDs. However, I was not able to do this because I just could not get the buttons to really work out in the time that I had to do it. The input being on the top or the bottom, I got a lot for the top, so I kept it that way. And then the ratio of RG to B, I tried to do that, but ended up realizing that my code already kind of did that. So instead, I just made the margin of error greater so it would be less challenging on the user. I also got some super insightful comments from some of my peers, and I just want you guys to know it's really helped me out. So love you all, and thank you for watching. Ooh, you thought it was over? No, 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 not on my watch. We still have one more video, and it's the actual project itself, so you better watch it, pal. Alright, so here's a video of someone using my project. The hood's currently off just so I could kind of show off all the electronics, but so you turn this is the blue value, this is the green, so let's just turn this all the way off. And now, let's turn the red up a little, the green action, and then some blue. These colors are probably like the hardest just when they're white because they're so white it's kind of hard to the correct amount, but this is where the side LEDs are kind of step in, right there. So you just kind of gotta like match the intensity too, and yeah, that's how it works.